Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bodywood Brawl League Season 3 Lower Division. And can you look at that top right corner? Episode 40. Oh my good lord. Yes, I know you want me to say that. Bubs against KingJiggy here, watching from Bubs' perspective. We have the cash, which is one warband deploys tight around his wagon, while the other divides into 3 strike teams. Wardstone Rush, marked for death, both of them are sisters. Relatively equal here when it comes to the rating. Gonna see Bubs seems to be the favored one here. He's not gonna be split up. Oh my god, this is horrible. Yeah, this is the map. Sometimes the cash is not that bad, but in this kind of map it's really horrible because one of the groups here we're gonna set up in the top left corner, and that group is definitely going to be trapped. We're gonna see if Bubs gonna can realize that and go for that group directly. That's what we have seen on this map so far in the Bodywood Brawl League. We had this game with Abaddon against KingJiggy, so KingJiggy should be really familiar with this one. It's just that he was the one that was favored in that deployment. Now he is going to take the brute force the other way around. Let's skip ahead of the deployment a little bit. And here we are, the very first turn, and what is Bubs doing? He's moving straight away from the corner. Alright, alright. Yeah, typically this is gonna be a fight. He can link up those two groups, KingJiggy that is, from his wagon and the other group. But moving this far towards the wagon, he's going for a different group entirely.
Updated.
Well, there is some tactical value to doing this. I mean, if it's going to be the case here that KingJiggy does not realize this and he's going to be super careful and cautious with his top left group and not really want to move them too much forward, then they're going to be really far behind come the fight here. Yes, it's going to be 9 characters against what's probably going to be 7, but it's still an advantage. We have a smuggler coming in here for Bubs. So he has some nice heroes coming in. I like this, I like casting Bubs again. It's a player that we've only casted once so far, so it's nice to see more what has happened since that fateful game. I believe it was a game from, yeah, what was it? It was sometime in the Qualify League, I believe. It must have been Qualify League at some point. I think it actually was Bubs against KingJiggy last time we casted these two players. It was one of the very earliest games, and there is going to be a rematch from Qualify League 3. Powerful Objectives Sisters of Sigmar. They are crushing through it here in every single division. All four players are gaining momentum thanks to the strong power of their comets and their tankiness. It's a very potent combination, very difficult to control against. You can't really push through and kill their henchmen in just one go, and then when you're trapped and caught against them, you're gonna be facing lots of comets coming your way. Let's see if KingJiggy here is up to the task. This is a mirror matchup. Targeting for Sigmar to get some units moving a bit faster here. That's all about it. Let's see if he actually spots it on the minimap. Bubs, he might... What is he doing? Oh, don't jump down there. Why? Why is he jumping down there? Maybe he's thinking that... Yeah, he doesn't really know where KingJiggy is. I think that's apparent. Because no one starts down here. So, I mean, yeah, this could be a very sneaky way of approaching the wagon, maybe. Walking all the way up there and then surprise coming up from the bottom, but it's going to take a longer time to do so. Could take a look at the top left corner of the screen as usual. 180 morale for Bubs, 141 for KingJiggy. So they are relatively in good spots right here, I have to say, especially Bubs, of course. Pretty high with the morale. It's slightly above average for Bubs. Bit average, maybe should be having something around 150 by this point.
Updated.
KingJiggy, but he's focusing on other things. Yeah, this
Objectives updated.
she is going to be caught here. See if the scissor can move away now. She got... Wow, that's lucky. You saw that? She got +2 movement from her passive and then another +3 movement from the word stones. She's a really speedy girl right now, moving on with 11 movements. Yeah, she... Forget what I said about being caught. She's gonna do really well. So he has seen the group in the top left corner, but he's decided not to do anything against it. He's trying to isolate the wagon group. But the wagon group is gonna walk up towards the wall and link up with the top middle group here. So they're gonna meet on top of this house. Right slightly north of this house, to be specific. That's what most players do. I'm gonna see the Sister Superior move here and then jump forward a little bit in time. It's also interesting to see what these kind of plays, what warbands are they building? How are they building them? What kind of tactics do they have? Maybe we should have a little bit more of interviews with these players and the warbands that they're doing, and but it might be difficult for... I mean, some people will be happy too. Some players are a bit more competitive and they want to wait. Is he gonna get for Sigmar as well? That is amazing. I love this. I love this. We're gonna see a 14 movement henchman coming up from Bubs. That is gonna be so fantastic to watch. That is going to be so fantastic. And double Sister Superior, so there's virtually no comments from Bubs. This plays a very speedy melee warband, and I like that. I like that. I mean, if he can overwhelm his opponent, maybe he can use the sneaky high elf move here of doing lots of demoralize, and with this movement he can catch any kind of ranged unit or magic user, and then hopefully he can surround them and pummel them down. So this amount of speed that's walking around in Bubs warband is going to do great for him. The only thing he needs is probably Mastered Exhaustion on both of those Sister Superiors eventually, so that they can get even more blue pills and speed up the rest of the team. The Smuggler already has 7 movement starting off, and she can do a lot of damage there too. She's a ranged character. It seems to be the only one that's really ranged. Here for the second round, really speedy units here. Can you see anything? I have to watch out for the comets of KingJiggy. He is sporting a lot of comets. He's playing more as a normal Sis of Sigmar player. I think it's interesting he decided to go for this way, but we'll see. We'll see. Karond will have some editing to do, no worries about that, we're doing that live. Yeah, you didn't really miss anything when we skipped ahead, absolutely nothing happened. I think for this game here, I think Bubs won 4-3 against KingJiggy the first time, but now KingJiggy should be a favorite to win this. Of course, this move here, this deployment is not really to his advantage. Can he actually move a little bit more? Can he get the idol? Is the idol taken from Bubs? Gonna see that on the minimap any moment. Another character jumping down. I don't really know what Bubs is seeking with this. What is he doing? I mean... Okay, so he's trying to get objective maybe. Alright, okay. Okay, so fine. That is his thing. He has to get a certain amount of word stones. We don't know what, because he hasn't really put that on.
Updated.
There we go. 7 word stones out of 15 now. So yes, if this character really needs to be close to the fight. I believe that she has War Cry. I seem to remember that. That was a specific thing for Bubs. Maybe it was KingJiggy. Oh, it's same. Right, guys? I could spring a little ambush by climbing up here, and you can see the little ledge coming forward here and moving up the wooden little bridge, and that's an easy climb point, specifically since, well, especially since she has heavy armor. Might want to utilize that. Don't want to take damage unnecessarily. Here is the first purifier. Trying to get close enough to use those 30 range comets. And manages to do so, so we're gonna see some damage coming in here. What kind of 21% chance to get something bad here. Fails that. Another 33 damage, let's see if something happens now. 36% chance. Nothing. Doesn't want to try a third time. So they're boosting each other up, but they need to boost others too. Chances are that the units of KingJiggy has gone north.
Objectives
really
updated.
Focusing on the objective where he needs to make sure that he keeps all of this word stones for the extra single point, because otherwise he will have to spread out his warband like he's...
Objective completed.
Yeah, okay, so he has the objective, but... Has it been worth it? Has it? I mean, he's a little bit off with a lot of his units right now. They're well spread out. I think KingJiggy actually has gotten the map neutralized. It's not straightly in Bubs' favor anymore, I think. It's giving him the time he needed. See another purifier, so he has gathered up all of these units together. Might be the matriarch here at 41. Gonna have some more mastered comets coming in. Gets the Sinner's Curse. It doesn't really seem to be doing too much to him. I don't really recall what the Sinner's is. I'm pretty good with the Sinner's Curse, but it could be that I think it's a specific one that only the Divine Wrath guys get. I think it's that cheap one, the one that's only reducing your red pills by 1 or something like that. Gonna put another more squishy target here to be commented down. That's the thing about the powerfulness. Oh wow, yeah, look at this. But does she want to go in there and fight? I just love seeing this. Okay, it didn't even actually drop them off. Need to do that. sees that he didn't drop off the wordstone. Not gonna care. Like, look at this! It's so ridiculous! 14 movements! I love this! I love this! It's the first time we see this in the Bodybuilding Brawl League. It's a very cool and interesting thing to see. I mean, a lot of that effect he can produce himself, like the 11 movement, he can get that regularly and reliably, just using 4 Sigma and picking up a wordstone with one of the sisters, but the extra +3 movement from picking up the wordstone just made the icing on the cake here. Could have reached in against one of the purifiers, but you know, then most of the team would not have reached that position. The thing about the comments is that you can't take the normal cover, because if they see a tiny bit of your toe, they can still fire at you without any penalty. So you still do full damage, they still do the damage just as easily as they would otherwise, as opposed to shooting, who get a hefty to hit penalty. Chances are that he has all of the units up there by the purifier. Skip ahead to the 3rd turn. So we're here just before the last turn. Yeah, there we see the worker. Oh, and you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets were hit by that war cry. 5 targets, so there are a lot of characters around here for KingJiggy. We might see a few more comments coming in. So how do you tackle someone who bunches up like this? Of course, a Globodeo would have been wonderful, but won't have that right now. Is he sure that I mean, he doesn't really look at the minimap too much. No, the idol is taken. Idol is already taken. Desiree is gonna move into a protected position. Yeah, I mean, it could be a nice idea to get up there and then jump down on the other side. You can do that from the balcony. If there is a balcony. There should be, right? No, okay, there wasn't one. It's a bit random with these buildings. Yeah, it's not so much. I mean, there is a random element to all of these maps, which is the buildings. There are a certain amount of buildings and they all change. I mean, some of the buildings look the same, but no, I think all of the buildings. No, maybe these ones are always constant, but there is. Okay, putting down a black powder trap here, or is it gonna do into an Overwatch, or what is it doing? It's gonna be a very precarious situation to be in. Not so sure she's gonna fire at all, and you can see, look at this, there's so many characters that are a little bit away here. Needs to get them into position. She has virtually no movement whatsoever. She needs to go back. Okay, she's gonna put herself here, trying to boost up some units. KingJiggy is just gonna stay behind this corner, go back and forth casting a few comets and then just staying put. It's gonna be up to Bubs to get in there, and he's gonna take a lot of damage doing so. This is gonna continue. So, bit disappointed here. I thought Bubs would actually go for the top left corner. Yeah, he does need to memorize the maps, but he also saw the units in the top left corner. And this is the thing. Nice, getting a rebuke. That's at least something that we he can probably build on its spellcasting for spellcasting minus 25% for a whole turn. So that's at least something. It's gonna reduce the amount of comets coming in. You can see that 65% chance now. Manages it anyway. And as is the pattern with Sisters of Sigmar, they do not get any Divine Wrath curse chances worth speaking of. In fact, I don't think... I think of all of the casted games that we have seen so far, the only one that's really gotten something bad has been the Warlock of Aenir. He did get mind eaten for 5 days or something like that. But for everyone else, it's been smooth sailing so far. I could use it on the novice here. She seems to have lost an eye. She looks really cool, but that is a very botherful penalty to have here for Bubs' Sister Superior. Minus 10% hit chance. I can still see the character in the top left corner, but it's probably moved away here now. I see another comic. I don't think they're gonna trigger the Overwatch from the Smuggler. I don't think he needs to go that far. She probably has white pistols, gonna have 15 range. Obviously the 30 range here is enough. This is one of the more powerful characters of KingJiggy. Got unworthy, so at least there are some things that are happening right now. That means that she's gonna be trapped, she's gonna lose all of the remaining blue and red pills. So she's completely stuck, and that's the time to try and strike her. You have a lot of units coming up from KingJiggy here with a lower morale, so lower initiative, I mean. Is that worth it? Yes, you have superior movement, but try and get into the Purifier instead. Yeah, and then you can do switcheroo too, if you want to. So dodge chance that stands at 15%. A lot of the players here, if you're a little bit experienced, you might start with a two-handed weapon like this, then you switch for something that's... yeah, why not? Get Jane Goodall. This is where the power comes from, so it's good to try and get in there. Can the Sister Superior finish her off? That would be fantastic. We're gonna see if it's the Sister Superior that's close enough though. This is what Bubs needs to do. Get the damage dealers. Yes, she is close enough. She can definitely kill off this. Ah, why is she using this? Can she reach it herself now before all of the... Oh my god, no, no. Yes, the Sister Superior here might die, but could have taken off a unit for the trouble. Now she might be protected and live. Lots of units are coming in here. They're gonna swamp this place. There can be no other units coming in to engage. Yeah, that's cutting off the only path there was. That's a good move by KingJiggy. Starting out with a little bit of damage, fails the dodge stance as expected. Bit of rivalry coming in. So we have a fight at last, and I feel that Bubs might be outmatched here. We were gonna see. It's gonna be out surrounded and focus fire down, and that's gonna save the Purifiers, which are the main damage dealers of this warband. I think it also seems to have lost an eye, has she? It seems like that. We have another unit here with minus 10% hit chance from Bubs. No, from KingJiggy this time. Let's go talent. What can this novice do? Probably a lot. Yes, she can do a lot. Yeah, needed to get the kill on the Purifier. The Purifier is gonna live now. It's gonna be a big clump here. What do you do against that? How do you fight it? How do you fight it when you are in Bubs' position? He seems to be lacking the tools. He had the chance with the map here to get an... Yeah, there we go. There we go. These are the units that were in the top left corner. They moved all the way around towards Bubs' wagon and come around on the other side. I assume that's those units. Gonna see the first kill here maybe. Well, if KingJiggy casts a comet here and gets the area stunned, that could be an interesting turn of events. But why would he? And he has another no, it's the same, it's just using a delay. Only 3 heroes right now. My mistake. So see an unmastered Comet of Sigmar here. It's always difficult, you really don't want to train up the leader too much, because then you need gold to train up the other units as well, otherwise you're just losing days. But we have a first kill for KingJiggy. Bubs of course has the morale advantage, so he's gonna take a bit of a beating here. He just barely survives that. He's gonna cast another comet here, 26% chance it's gonna be a 41 Divine Rat Curse. But if it never hits you, you're gonna be fine. Depends. Does she have 2 more red pills? I think she does. It's gonna be enough for a comet, but not for an attack. Using the war cry here, it's not mastered just yet, so it doesn't do too much. Talked about this in the first game that Bubs had. It only adds, I think it was between 1 and 2 damage per hit here, but it's gonna be slightly more if he's gone up to with the blue weapons.
A new round has started.
Yeah, I'm gonna discover that the idol is indeed taken. And you can see that on the minimap because it's no longer has the glowing icon on the wagon. So Bubs should have seen that. Maybe he recognizes that too. Seems like it. So now the unit is walking around. There we go. It's a shame here for Jokwanda. She has sidestep. She really wants to be able to use it, and then she doesn't even go into combat. Setting up a position here. But KingJiggy is under no obligation to attack. Even if Bubs sets up a defensive line here and forgets about that sister, I mean, KingJiggy has a numerical advantage. He doesn't need to attack. He has the range superiority as well with all of the comets. So it's really up to... Could have been more damage on Jane here. Good idea. But it's really up to Bubs to engage into this, because KingJiggy will just retreat and then he will cast some comets and just stay behind. Yes, as he did, staying behind this corner. He's gonna stay behind the wall here. Does she have a comet? Can she get at the purifier? Maybe if she goes around the whole thing, but I mean she has the movement too. I don't get this move, so why put one of the novices in a dodge stance and not go into fight while you're going in with the matriarch? If you're going to go in, you need to go in with all of them. Bubs runs the risk here of KingJiggy just running the matriarch and ignoring that novice up there with the dodge stance and the full 4 red pills. Focusing on the matriarch, 21% curse chance, gonna be 36 for the second one. The reality of the situation here, of course, is that even if one of these purifiers blows up, it's still very advantageous for KingJiggy currently. Let's see if she can go in here and focus fire on the unit that the matriarch is engaged with. Could do a charge, yep. Could possibly kill a unit here. Let's see if we can hit with the remaining 2 attacks. So Bubs equalizing. Should probably open up into an ambush here to protect the flank. Simbean is doing that. Hopefully that trap is not gonna trigger. If it is a trap. What can Jane Goodall do? She's tied down. She's gonna do a kill here on the unit that's engaged to her. Misses the first attack though.
Objectives updated.
Probably wants to retreat. Loses the objective here. The objective that Bubs fought so hard to get. Yeah, the problem I think was that that was also minus 60 morale, right? Yes, it was. So you didn't really put down the word stones, and we recognized that and we saw that, and because you picked up the idol afterwards, and then you saw that you still had 2 spaces occupied with 2 word stones. So that's a very big morale blow to Bubs. And we get another comet here at Harriet, and she might not get another turn. Gonna see a big charge and a follow-up attack. Probably gonna be a killing attack. Has to watch out for the ambush. Sees that, goes in from another angle. Getting towards the matriarch. There we go. Seems to be very undecisive. Half the turn has gone by. There we go, straight into the matriarch. Misses, 66% chance. What about the follow-up? Goes through the parry. Oh my god, that's so unlucky for Bubs. 70%. Runs a big risk now of being super focused down by all of the units coming up, but we already knew that despite Julia Butterfly Hill here missing. Ashantai is pretty hard too, but she got the buff from the Sister Superior, so... Why don't chase after Jane Goodall? Why not go around the wall here? They're not in ambush. There we go. Alright, so she is... Okay, yeah, they are in ambush. Fine. It's gonna open up some spots though for the... Oh wow, misses that 89% too. Really not Bubs' game, this one. I like the idea with lots of movement speed here, but should really have gone for the top left group here. Got the map advantage that he had. Utilized that, got an early, could have killed these two units and then moved in with his full group towards this team. I mean, they were gonna gather up anyway. Virtually impossible to catch them off guard, considering the positioning of this game. So 7 Kulis Suzuki has an interesting choice, killing the Magister or the Sister Superior. Gonna go for the Magister. Misses the attack though. Well, she is a little tanky. Not that easy to hit. 68% chance, missing twice. Is this gonna be enough? Can Bubs get another round? I'm not so sure he wins on rolls so far. Been a bit lucky, KingJiggy as well. What can the Matriarch do? Gonna see some comets, no? Fails the first comet of Sigmar. Let's see if she's gonna be cursed. No, 11% chance of that. Just not enough. 26% cursed. Minus 21.
Updated.
That's a level 5 Matriarch going down. This is why it's a losing strategy too, to go after the objective like this, spreading out the warband. Imagine if Bubs' warband was a little bit more gathered, like they were at the very start of the game. Could have supported their units a little bit more. Particularly the novice that we have up there with the dodge stance, completely ignored by KingJiggy. And why wouldn't he? Should really have charged in there. It's looking very, very grim now.
A new round
and
has started.
Remember that we are probably going to see the end of the Sister Superior as well. There's lockdown with the Purifier. Here we go, Junanda. She needed to be in the fight. Can she actually get to the purifier? Like, keep her in place so that she cannot go anywhere else. Getting a little bit more damage buff, 15% for 3 turns. I think she could go off of the purifier. I think she should do that. Well, let's see if the purifier is foolish enough to do that. She can just jump up on that. Okay, so no aim coming in. Doing a little bit of damage, but she's locked against the wall and she's very vulnerable to dying. %21 curse chance, double Sigma at Warhammers here. To reduce the curse chance a little bit. Gets light beer is kind of a nice thing, it's immunity to all alone. Also one of the nice things where it's yeah, there we go. Managing a critical hit as well. Too bad that ambush went in here and was triggered, because that disqualified Latifa here from doing a disengage and going and killing the purifier. Does Bubs have any units that can get to the purifier and get another point? Look how many red units there are on the initiative ladder. Chances are pretty high here that we might see this as the last turn. Actually triggers the ambush to let the purifier get off free. So Jokwanda here might be in very much trouble. Here comes Jane Goodall and her comets. Might straight out kill her here. You were ambushing me? Look at this. Surprise, surprise.
Objectives updated.
So we have 31 morale left. For Bubs, it's still gonna be a few more kills going down, probably 2-3 more characters. You might get almost the entire team here. That's how good the morale is for Bubs at this point in the game. Virtually unroutable unless you kill every single sister. Yeah, that was my mistake. I thought she was dead. I didn't actually see that. I upped the score a little bit too early. There it was. Now it's really 5-1. Yep. 95 does almost as much damage as she does have. I mean, as many wounds as she has. Getting another character gone here. 6-1 up to now. Only needs 3 more morale to finish off this team. What do we have left? We have Latifa. We have this character here, and we have one more. Where is the one? Another one. Yeah, it's this city, who the very injured henchman coming up here behind these characters. And that's what we have left for Bubs. Not looking too good. This can only be a big loss. Gonna trigger the ambush. Seems very confident in this. And she has a lot of wounds left remaining, so why not trigger it and go in for the kill on the city, and will finish it off. Can still pass the route test here, but honestly, why would Bubs want to stay in this game, even if he does? As long as Latifa wins, this is a superior, can still pass the route test. Still has 75 morale left, you know, that's... I can't even bring it down to 0. That's how high the leadership is for Bubs. That's kind of what you want come the playoffs later. Gonna see if Bubs can actually make it here. This is going to be his first registered loss here in the lower division. He has 2 victories prior to this, so he still has a good chance of getting here. KingJiggy is probably going to be the top player, it looks like, due to his warband rating and power. Comet power trumps everything. Yeah, I should probably go down and kill the city here. Maybe the matriarch will. All right, the marked for death. I thought he was gonna say kidney first, and then I saw the arm. I thought he was gonna sell his arm. To sell my armor to pay for fights. 3 wounds left remaining. 3 wounds. Gonna be very tempting for the matriarch to go in for the final kill, and that's gonna probably be the last turn here. He has to do a comet and finish her off. Yeah, Bubs is struggling in his PvEs. Yeah, I don't have the range to finish. It's kind of KingJiggy's own fault here. Let's see, another attack now. Yep, indeed. So that's 7-1.
Objectives updated. Your warband.
That's gonna be a route test coming up. Let's see what this is superior, if she can make it. Might not be her first starting on the next turn here. It's gonna be 8-1 considering the objective here for KingJiggy. 8-1 is a very good result. It's gonna propel him up to the very top end of the table, and this looks primed here to go to the playoffs, taking one of the top 4 spots. Manages the route test, but honestly, is there anything he can do here to produce another kill to get another point? I don't think so. Should probably just resign at this point. Leave it at 7-8, which will be 8-1. 7-1, I mean, it's not 7-8. So we're gonna get another shot here. It's gonna be a 9-1 victory if she gets this, and that's gonna be equalizing the highest score so far. Currently there has been 2 9-1 victories in the Bodywood Brawl League Season 3, and it's gonna be the 3rd one if we see a kill here. And indeed we do. Another route test is incoming. Fails the parry. It's a bit far away from dying here, but if she manages the route test and Bubs really wants to stay in this game, yeah, manages the route test. It's not gonna do a 100% all alone check. That is impressive. Yeah, could yeah, if he hits all 3 attacks here, maybe. Needs to roll higher. Yeah, 35. No 31s. Barely didn't get it. That was worth the effort. Should voluntarily route now or you're gonna lose 10-1. It's gonna be 10-1 then. Cool game. Really shame that Bubs didn't utilize the deployment. Nice to see him again here in the tournament. Hope to see more games of Bubs and see what his speedy Sisters Warband can do. Particularly against gaming warbands maybe. He has 3 of them in the lower division. And nice to see the brutal KingJiggy crushing about in the lower division. Primed to go to the playoffs. This is Jane Goodall, the character that Bubs did not want to kill early on. Wanted to preserve his very hurt Sister Superior, and she's coming back with a vengeance. She's done a lot of damage in this game. She's done kills, she's done charges, she's done comets. She's vicious. Here we have a light bearer again. Immunity to all alone. It's also something like you're easier to hit with ranged attacks. There's something like it's some sort of debuff too. You don't just get a positive, but it's one of the it's probably the only. I cannot think of any Singe Curse or Divine Wrath chance that it's actually positive for the caster, except for Light Bear. It's only part for Divine Wrath casters too, not for Singe Curse. Singe Curse is more harsh. Getting through the parry again. Doing some switcheroo, might actually go above the Sister Superior here, but will it really matter? It's gonna be a lot of damage incoming. She cannot possibly hope to stand against this, but she's making a valiant effort here and holding a last stand. If Bubs really wanted to catch up to KingJiggy eventually, then should have really dropped the game after the Sister Superior here failed to do a kill. Or even earlier. It's gonna be difficult to catch up now. Gonna get a 9 score difference from this. But all you need to do is catch one of the top 4 spots. And there we go! Never thought I would see that. It's the biggest win yet in Bodywood Brawl League Season 3, and this goes to KingJiggy against Bubs. 10-1! 10-1, that is impressive. Thank you very much for watching this game, and I hope you enjoyed it here in the lower division, and hope to see more games of this in the future. Thank you for watching.